Talk yourself into what you want. If you want something, go and get it. The only person you have to convince that you can get it is you. But most of the time what you might think is, well, it's just not that easy. I mean, if I wanted it so badly, if I could get it, I would already have it, wouldn't I? The thing that gets in the way of getting what you want more than anything else is your own fear, worry, and doubt that you can't get it. Let's say that you want to get a job. You might think, well, that's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take a lot of enthusiasm. I'm going to have to struggle. I'm going to have to sacrifice. So what you have just done is you have introduced a bunch of doubt, fear, or worry that you can't get it. So your life then feels like a whole bunch of fits and starts, right? Like the start, you're at the starting line and you're ready to run the race. You have all this passion, enthusiasm, and belief, but then you keep tripping yourself up. I want this. I don't think I can get it. I want this, but so does everybody else. It feels like you're constantly tripping yourself up. And you're the one doing the tripping because it's your fear, it's your worry, it's your doubt. So talk to yourself about what you want. And I wouldn't bother telling anyone else about your plans, your dreams, your hopes, your goals until you line up with belief that you can have it first. So line up with that belief. If you want to get something, you have to believe that you can get that thing. Believe in it. Believe in yourself. Believe in that you want that thing in the first place. Otherwise, that is you tripping yourself up all the way. You see, I meet so many incredible executives at meetings, and they are high up, and they have this intensity. They have this desire and this drive, and they're trying to lead their teams. And so this incredible intensity is moving them in this direction. But then they have this fear, this rationality, this practicality, this doubt that keeps holding them back. You see, they want to accomplish things. They want their teams to go forward. But then they equally look around and believe that they can't. So they're tripping them up. Imagine a boulder rolling down a hill. You get momentum, you see. And so these leaders, because they have so much passion in them, it's because they have, the boulder is going so fast down the hill. They have so much momentum and passion that they don't get where they want because they have the same level of stopping them. And so it feels like this constant exhaustion. It would be so much easier. It would be so much rewarding if you could just line up with what you want. You don't have to convince anyone else but yourself. So don't tell your neighbor, don't tell. If you're a leader and you're trying to get your team to move towards something that you want, make sure you line up with that decision. You believe in yourself and your team before you tell your team, because your team could introduce doubt. It's the doubt that's holding you all back. You have to fully believe. You need to be inspired so that you can inspire others. So if you wanted to get something, say it was a job, really line up with that decision before you start telling other people about it. Don't tell your spouse, your parents. Don't tell people, because they do love you. They probably care about you. However, they have their own doubts. First of all, it depends on what's going on in their life at the time, how they feel when you decide to tell them. And secondly, they worry about you. And that worry is just introducing worry and doubt. You don't need that. You need to convince yourself. You see, once you have enough resolve inside yourself, you tell your teams, you tell your parents, you tell your spouse, because no matter what sort of resistance they introduce, you already believe. So convince yourself first. Always recall, don't take clues from your external environment, because those clues will give you doubt. It's like you're sitting in a car stalled and you're trying to decide what direction to go. If the environment around you shows you any sort of doubt, the economy's starting to turn, things aren't going well, prices are down. Now this is going to start to introduce doubt and you're going to start moving backwards, right? That passion and that drive is now held up and it's going in the opposite direction. So, but if you were to line up with your belief, line up with the idea that you can do this no matter what, you're not looking at the environment for clues. Because guess what? Your competitors are looking at the environment too. And they're being held up by doubt. You don't have to. You have to fully believe in what you want and that you can achieve it and you can do it. And everything else starts to line up for you from that position. The best tool I know of is to visualize. The reason why is our body does not know the difference between a real event and an imagined event. So if you start imagining your team is successful, that you're accomplishing your goals, that everyone's happy, morale is high, people are satisfied, then to your body, to you, that is real. Even though you walk out into the office and everybody looks like they'd rather be somewhere else. You see, to you, you've already built up the belief. That belief will catch fire with others because now you have that resolve inside you. So line up with it. If you wanted to get a job, line up with the decision that you want that job, you want that promotion. And so you would imagine yourself walking into work, imagine the lights, imagine the people. They're happy, they're excited, you are successful, you feel valuable, you know that the work that you do is worthwhile, you're inspired. You know that you're important, that people look up to you, that you feel appreciated. Any of the things in there that make you feel good, you should just feel them and you should think about that picture as often as much as you can. Do not get too detailed. You do not need to submit these ideas to HR. They don't have to be practical. So if you wanted to have your dog in the workplace with you, and if your workplace has a no dogs rule, imagine the dog there anyway. It doesn't have to be practical. It's just to help prime you for success. You are talking yourself into the success that you want. And sit there in that visualization. I do these all the time, all day long, as often as I can. Anytime I catch wind of any sort of wobbly disposition or I feel any sort of fear, worry, or doubt, I jump into one of these visualizations. Keep them simple. I like to get in and get out. Just imagine things going well for you. I love the words, things are working out well for me. Even if you look around and things don't seem to be working out well for you, that's when you need to be saying that. Because it's all about timing. All you have to do is look at the time frame. Because in this moment, it's not working out for you, but it could start working out tomorrow. The economy could pick up next month or next year. It's all just your timing. And so maybe right now it's not working out, but it will work out, especially if you believe it works out. And if you're going to be the one who's going to stay in the game, you would be the industry leader who's going to make sure that things are working out for you and for everybody else. People will look at you and they'll wonder how you're doing what you're doing, how you're staying ahead. And the reason you're doing it is because you believe. So through these powerful visualizations, you can keep yourself primed for success, believing that you can do it. Now, I also do things are working out for you is what you would call an affirmation. And it's just along the way, whenever you experience something that causes you doubt in a certain direction, and anytime you feel any sort of disappointment even, just a small thing. Someone didn't show up for work and they were supposed to. Your presentation has been canceled today and you were all ready and geared up for it. This causes you slight disappointment. And so it's important that you notice that and that you have a way to boost yourself out of it. And that's where these affirmations can really help. You some simple statements that you can go, okay, it's still working out for me. This might not work out today, but it's still working out for me for tomorrow, right? So you're convincing yourself you want something and that you can get it. And you're not going to look at the environment around you for clues as to whether or not the success is there. You're going to look to how you feel. It's your compass. And as long as you feel good about where you're headed and what you want, you can't go wrong.